The Chatham Anglers have taken the field as we get set to start this Eastern Division tilt. It's a makeup game from a game that was fogged out earlier in the season. This was supposed to be an off day, and as has happened with many of the Cape League off days this season, lost due to the weather. This one wasn't due to rain. It was due to the ever so famous Chatham fog. But now, not a chance of that, as there's absolutely picturesque sunny skies here in Chatham today. As we take a look at the lineup that gets set to take the field for YD in this one for manager Scott Pickler. Noah Campbell is DHing tonight. He will lead things off, the South Carolina man. Austin Wells hits second, coming off of a great day yesterday against Brewster. He will be in left field. Andrew Eister mans the other corner spot. Out of South Carolina, he's batting third. Jack Wold at first base bats cleanup. Wyatt Young, who's become a mainstay at shortstop, will bat fifth. Brad Beasley will hit sixth, and he is in center field. Riley Terada, playing third, will hit seventh. Noah Cardenas will do the catching out of UCLA. He bats eighth, and rounding out the order will be Gavin Dugas, playing second base.
So now I'm just living with your grandparents.
Noah Campbell strutting to the plate. Colby Kubicek has finished his warm-up tosses. And we are just about set for baseball. Campbell steps in, switch hitter, batting from the left-hand side. Stares down Kubicek, who sets up on the first base side of the rubber. The first pitch in there for a called strike right at 7 o'clock on the dot. We are underway. Balls and strikes tonight will be called by home plate umpire Mark Parnadosi. Frank Auditory is at first base, and John Patella is at third. 0-2 now as the 0-1 offering is fouled at the plate. Kubicek working quickly. That one's a fastball pumped over the outer half, but just misses 1-2. Campbell at 360 on the year. Had a torrid start to his Cape League campaign after struggling at South Carolina. Settled into the leadoff spot here for Scott Pickler. So he smokes one up the middle, and that'll get through past the outstretched glove of Anthony Villar, and that's a base hit.
The left fielder from the University of Arizona, number 16.
Well, that's a good start for YD. Last time out against Kubicek right here at Veterans Field. Did not have a hit against the righty out of Texas through 4 innings. And Campbell, one batter in, gets the Red Sox on the hit, on the scoreboard in the hit category. And one of the best base stealers this season in the Cape is over on first base.
Baseball is a game of adjustments, and early the YD lineup looking to make that adjustment against a team and a pitcher specifically that they have struggled against. Austin Wells skies one the opposite way to left. Colin Hall, about 10 feet in front of the warning track, will make the play, and Campbell retreats to first. That's the first out of the inning. So now Campbell's South Carolina teammate, Andrew Eister, will step in. Got off the schneid in last game after starting the game 0 for 4, came through with the clutch 2 RBI single in the 8th inning that broke the game wide open and ultimately proved to be the difference in a 5-2 victory for YD in Brewster. He digs in from the right-hander's batter's box, tucks his foot right at the back corner, slightly open stance. Kubicek out of the stretch. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Eister sits at 342.
I figured you told me you were the writer. Yeah.
Still is yet to qualify for the Cape League batting title.
And then you like post out the
Falling just short of the necessary at-bats per game number of 2.7.
Oh, okay.
The 0-1. Campbell bluffs the steal, but he holds it first, and it's 1-1.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Defensively, this is how the Anglers will line up. Colin Hall, as I just mentioned, is in left field. Caden Polkovich in center, and Cade Cabanes is in right, left to right of the infield. Ben Ramirez and Huey Murill are on the left side of the infield. Anthony Villar and Alex Terral man the right side and putting down the sides for Kubicek as he checks on Campbell at first is Brady Smith.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Sun shines down, coming into the field from left field, just over the trees. So shadows left and center field in shadows. Right side of the field, very much in the sun. Campbell's running this time around. The throw is a good one, and he is hosed at second base. So the leadoff runner very quickly erased for YD. Now Eister is at the plate, up 2 balls, 1 strike now with nobody on and 2 outs.
Just looked like Campbell didn't get all that good of a jump at first base. The throw from Brady Smith, a perfect one from behind the plate, well out in front of Campbell, and it makes it easy for the middle infield to get him out.
And Eister chops one weakly down the first base side. The sidearm flip from Terral. It's a nice play to Kubicek covering, and that'll end the inning. So YD indirectly goes 1-2-3 in their half of the first inning. Kubicek works around the leadoff single. We'll be right back as Chatham set to take their first hacks of the ball game. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the first inning set to get underway is Caden Polkovich out of Oklahoma State getting set to lead things off for the Anglers. Following him, Anthony Villar out of Miami. He hits second. Jamal O'Gwynn, who's had an excellent season thus far for the Anglers, hits third. Alex Terral, Ben Ramirez, Huey Murill, Cade Cabanis, Brady Smith, and Colin Hall round out the order as they get set to take on the righty from St. Mary's College, Carlos Lamelli. First pitch from Lamelli is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Lamelli works very quickly, especially out of the windup, set at the eyes. Delivers from his 3/4 release, and that one is smoked on the 0-1 pitch. High and deep and gone. Caden Polkovich knocks a solo shot out to lead off the game for Chatham, and they're very quickly up 1-0. That's Polkovich's second home run of the year. And his 11th RBI, now tied for the team lead.
Just gets a pitch right over the heart of the plate and does not miss it. A short fence over there in right center, just 357 to the power alley, and he gets it up and over. Hit Chatham on the scoreboard early.
Lamelli back to work. The first pitch is fired high and wide for a ball, 1-0. And in a matchup where this YD offense has struggled to score against the Chatham pitching staff, every run counts, and leadoff home run could be huge. The grand context of this game is the 1-0 pitch is fouled back into the netting, and it's 1-1. Villar, the Miami Hurricane man, 318 on the season. 7 for 22 as he skies this one just off the infield dirt. Dugas settles underneath it, and that'll be the first out of the inning. And that will bring up the man that Caden Polkovich just tied for the team lead in RBIs. Jamal O'Gwyn also leads the team in home runs with 3. O'Gwyn out of USC is DHing this evening. Batting from the right-hand side. Lamelli delivers. The first pitch is skipped in low for a ball, 1-0. It's the Chatham team. It's middle of the pack in home runs. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-1. That is Chatham's 11th home run on the year, breaking a 3-way tie with Orleans and this Whitey Red Sox team. That one's chopped on the ground to third. Tirada will play it in foul territory and just toss back to Lamelli. 1-2 now the count to O'Gwyn. Sitting at 286 entering this game. Lamelli looking to bounce back after surrendering the leadoff solo home run. 1-2. Fouled away as that will get over the fence and into the grass off the first base side, and the count remains 1-2. And as per the law of the land amongst the YD pitching staff, Carlos Lamelli will now don the pink sparkly backpack until another YD pitcher surrenders a big fly. The 1-2. That one's a fastball low, 2-2. Lamelli once again set very quickly. O'Gwyn stands ready. 2-2. That one off the glove of Cardenas behind the plate, and the count runs full. Full count now, still only 1 down in the inning. 3-hole hitter Jamal O'Gwyn stands in the box, cuts on the 3-2 fastball and fouls it back to the screen. The count holds. Good crowd on hand here for the makeup game here in Chatham, as Chatham fans always turn out. Fans up on the hill beyond the outfield fence and up and down both foul lines. The 3-2 is skied, and that'll just get over the netting and out of play. And O'Gwyn in a battle, it's still 3-2. Alex Terrell, another Miami Hurricane, waits on deck. And once again, the 3-2 offering from Lamelli. That one comes in, and it nicked him on the ankle. Would have been a ball 4 anyway, but goes as a hit by pitch in the book. And Alex Terrell now steps in with the runner on first.
Command here for Lamelli has not been ideal to start this game, and now he's walking off the mound. Something does not feel right for him. He might have just hurt himself.
Looking down at his throwing hand. As we talked about it a few days ago in Harwich, you never want to see a pitcher feel he needs to remove himself from the game. But he very quickly went over to see Scott Pickler. Now the trainers are out to look at his hand.
And that's when you know there's definitely something wrong. Maybe a possible blister. We can never know from where we're sitting up here, but looks like he's going to exit this game, and the YU bullpen is going to be in business early here in Chatham.
So certainly not what anyone in this YD team wants to see, as Lamelli will choose to remove himself from this one. Scott Pickler will pick what arm he wants to come in instead, and we will take a quick break and tell you about that new arm on the other side of this break. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. So Lamelli with the quick self-imposed exit as he gives way to the Sun Devil Brady Corrigan as he takes over after getting all the warm-up pitches he wanted. And Alex Terral at the plate. One on here in the bottom of the first. Chatham's already pushed across the run on the leadoff home run off the bat of Caden Polkovich. It's Corrigan's first pitch is a called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, exactly. Pitch 1 inning.
Corrigan takes a look at the runner at first. Now comes set at the... And that one just off the outer half. It's 1-1. This is Corrigan's second appearance for YD. The 1-1 is an off-speed pitch in there for a called strike, 1-2. Alex Terral on the year, 182. He stands in the box with one down and one on here in the bottom of the first. Chatham looking for more. 1-2, grounded hard on through the first base hole, and that'll be a base hit. O'Gwynn had to hold in his place to avoid getting hit, so he only advances to second base, and it's first and second still only one down, and Ben Ramirez will step in.
That's a tricky play for Jack Thomas Wold at first base. He would have been able to go to his right and make a play on that ground ball had the runner O'Gwynn not been standing there. But instead, O'Gwynn went backwards to avoid getting hit by the ball. And I think that made Jack Thomas hesitate a little bit over there at first. And that's how that ball trickled into the outfield and put the Anglers in business. So the runner in scoring position now, here with still just one out.
So Ben Ramirez now stands in. Corrigan set and delivers. First pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike, 0-1. The ball off the bat of Terral was absolutely smoked to Wold's right. And as you said, TJ, unable to make a play with O'Gwynn standing right there. Oh, 1 pitch. Waved at and missed by Ben Ramirez. And it's 0-2. Still only one down here in the inning. As Chatham threatening after the leadoff home run. Looking to put up a crooked number in the first. Corrigan awaiting the sign from Noah Cardenas behind the plate. Comes set at the chest. Now delivers. So that one skied into the gap, and that will be tracked down by Austin Wells. And that'll be the second out of the inning.
Now batting for Chatham, the shortstop from Oklahoma State, number 50, Huey Morrill.
Huey Morrill will now step in. One of 3 Oklahoma State Cowboys in this Chatham lineup. Hitting at 143, his young Cape League campaign. Corrigan looking to work out of the jam that he inherited. First pitch is a breaking ball that dances outside 1-0.
How does that work? I always try to look down. Right? Or like I just get a lot.
1-0 the count. Sun continues to set. A lot of fans with papers and books working as makeshift sunshades as it is staring down the field from over the left field fence. And it's 2-0. Two-0 the count here. Still 2 men on. Corrigan checks the runners, now delivers. It's high for a ball, 3-0, fastball at 88. That is one of the awesome features of this new Chatham scoreboard. It's got the radar gun built in. Certainly appreciated by us broadcasters. 3-0 count. Runners on first and second. Brady Corrigan looking to avoid loading the bases. Dugas comes crashing, no throw though. And Corrigan will step off.
All over my way. Walking down from the
Huey Morrill playing shortstop today for Chatham. Awaits the 3-0 offering. Here it comes. And it's inside, and the bases are loaded.
Now batting for Chatham, the right fielder from Oklahoma State. Number 9, Cade Cavanis.
So one Cowboy gives way to another as Cade Cabanis steps in with the bases loaded and a golden opportunity to give Colby Kubicek a nice lead to work with going out for the second. Batting from the left side. Cabanis stands more or less upright as he waits the first pitch. Waves at the off-speed pitch over the top, and it's 0-1.
Interesting approach there from Cabanis after Corrigan. Watch Huey Morrill on 4 pitches. He comes out swinging right at that first pitch. Guessing that Corrigan was going to make the adjustment, get a fastball down the pipe. Instead got the off-speed stuff.
Cabanis has just 3 hits this season for Chatham in his 8 games. He's 3 for 18, but 2 of those hits have gone for extra bases, a double and a home run. Shadows now engulfing most, if not all, of the field. There's a slight sliver running from straightaway center field towards the right field corner as the 0-2 is fouled off, and it's still 0-2. The majority of the infield is now completely engulfed in shadows, save for just a little bit of the grass and dirt in front of home plate. 0-2 count here as Brady Corrigan looks to strand all 3 runners on base and limit the damage to just the solo home run. 0-2 pitch misses, and it's 1-2. This is the 7th man to come to the plate for Chatham in their half of the first inning. We saw runners left on base plague this YD team yesterday until ultimately hanging a 3 spot in the 8th. This is a golden opportunity for Chatham here in the first. The 1-2. That one's smoked down the first base line, but it falls foul. And it's still 1-2.
Huge break there for Corrigan and YD. That pitch left up in the strike zone, and Cabanis was just a hair in front of it. It landed maybe a half a foot outside the foul line to stay foul down that first base side. Dangerous. We'll see if Corrigan can get him with this next pitch.
Still 1-2 here. Just 2 hits for Chatham in the inning, as they've also had a hit by pitch and a walk. That helped load the bases. 1-2 on its way. That one's also smoked down the other line, but it is also foul, and the count holds. Cabanis is seeing Corrigan well in this at-bat, just hasn't been able to straighten it out as he still finds himself in a 1-2 hole. Absolutely beautiful night here in Chatham. The weather just a tick below 70. Slight breeze. The 1-2 once again. Breaking ball. In there for a called strike 3. Chatham leaves them loaded. Cabanis goes down looking. And Corrigan does an excellent job of limiting the damage to just the solo home run. Chatham takes the lead. I know it's early, but you can circle that in your scorebook as a potentially big moment in this one, as runs have been hard to come by in this matchup so far this season. YD down 1-0 early. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
The first baseman from UNC.
Top of the second. YD finds himself in an early hole, down 1-0, as Jack Wold now will step in, the cleanup man. First baseman batting from the left side. No batting gloves, as he always does. First pitch to him is a fastball way high at 90 miles an hour, and it's 1-0. Second pitch is smoked right at the second baseman. And Anthony Villar will calmly throw over to first, and that's the first out of the inning.
Well, Jack Wold's been really hot recently with that one. He stung, but on one hop right at Anthony Villar is an easy play for the second baseman for the first down of this second inning.
So 4-3 in your scorebook for those of you keeping score at home or in the stands. As Wyatt Young steps in and grounds one to the other way. A jump throw, not nearly in time to get to Speedy Young. As Huey Morrill gave it a go, but with Young's speed and coming from the left-hander's batter's box, there was really no chance they were going to get him as an infield single.
That's just kind of how the hits have been coming for Wyatt Young, just finding holes on the infield. He places it perfectly in the 5.5 hole between third and short right there, and then Morrill had to go way over to his right. The only chance to catch the Speedy Young was to make a jump throw, and he couldn't get it there in time.
On the 15th anniversary of Jeter going into the stands to make a catch. Going with the other Jetarian-esque play, the jump throw. It's the first pitch to Brad Beasley as a called strike, 0-1. Beasley had struggled at the plate, but had a good day for YD yesterday. Really a catalyst in both of their rallies, scored 2 runs. Was on base twice as well, as he watches the ball and the count evens 1-1. Beasley bats with Wyatt Young on first. Pickoff play, it's a good one. Wyatt Young kind of stuttered for a second and then slid back with the headlong dive. He's safe. Count's still 1-1.
Interesting to see. Wyatt Young might have just fell asleep there for a second at first base. It's almost he didn't see the move coming.
Another pickoff play, still in there safely.
He's also got a pretty decent lead off of first over there.
Kolbachek has a good move, very quick. He does have a sizable lead all the way to the cutout of the grass. Not running, though. Beasley chops one off his foot, and that'll go foul. One and two now, the count to Beasley. One and two now, the count. Breaking ball that doesn't quite break back into the zone. It's 2-2. Beasley rewarded with his good day at the plate and in the field by getting another start today. We've seen Scott Pickler do a lot of platooning all across the diamond, especially in the outfield. Another breaking ball that stays high and the count runs full. Full count now. See if Wyatt Young takes off with the pitch. He doesn't. And Beasley looks at a fastball off the outer half. And that'll be a walk, and the Red Sox have runners at first and second with one down.
For a guy who's struggled as much as Beasley has this season, hitting just 148 entering today, and having only walked once, that's a really good take right there. Able to keep the discipline, keep the bat on his shoulder, not chase after a pitch that would have been ball 4 and is ball 4. Whitey's now all of a sudden in business here in the second, going to tie this ball game up.
So Riley Tirada now bats with an RBI opportunity. Third baseman out of Dayton. Just at 171 this season. So the first pitch is a ball, 1-0. This YD offense has been one of the most prolific on Cape Cod. first or second in a host of offensive categories. The 1-0. Tirada chops it at the plate. It goes off his foot, foul, and it's 1-1. Six hits on the season for Riley Tirada. 4 of them have been doubles. So he looks to get one in the gap, and with the speed on the bases between Young and Beasley, one in the gap potentially scores both. Outfield shading him to pull just a little bit. The right center field gap is wide open. And the 1-1 offering. That one's in the dirt. No advance from either runner. Smothered well by Brady Smith behind home plate, and it's 2-1. So after cruising through the first half inning, 1-2-3, Colby Kubicek finds himself in a little bit of trouble here in his second inning of work. Two-1. Chopped on the ground to third. Ben Ramirez will go the short way for 1, across the diamond for 2, and that'll end the inning. Exactly what you couldn't have if you're Scott Pickler in the YD offense. Taylor-made double play ball as Ben Ramirez made the short walk over to the third base cushion and threw across the diamond to complete the double play. YD strands a pair. We head to the bottom of the second. YD still down 1-0. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
How much do you need for that?
Bottom of the second inning. 1-0 our score here. Corrigan out for his first clean inning of work as the first pitch to Brady Smith is cut on and spoiled foul towards the play structure off the right-hand side, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Waved at and miss. Fastball at 89, and it's 0-2. Corrigan came in with just 1 out in the first inning after Lamelli removed himself from the game due to an undisclosed hand injury. The 0-2 is in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Trainers have been looking at his hand and working with him in the YD dugout. No official word, of course, on what that injury may be. But now the onus falls on the right arm of Brady Corrigan as he looks to eat up some innings here for YD. The 0-2 pitch is spoiled foul, and it's still 1-2. Sun almost setting below the tree line. The 1-2 is well outside and skips all the way back to the backstop. It's now 2-2. Two-two count now to Smith. That one runs inside and gets him on the shoulder. And it's the second hit by
The left
pitch
fielder from Georgia Tech, number 1.
for Chatham in this one, and they have the leadoff runner on.
Yeah, another leadoff runner on in both the first and second inning. There's been some traffic on the base paths so far. You had Lomeli, who obviously didn't seem like he was feeling right, though, for most of his time out there in the first inning before he removed himself. And Corrigan had a dicey appearance coming in the first inning. He still ended up walking a guy and giving up a base hit as well. So control's not all the way there.
First pitch to the 9-hole hitter, Colin Hall, is a ball, 1-0. Hall, Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, teammate of former Whitey Red Sox, now with Team USA, Luke Waddell. That one skips in at the dirt, dug out by Cardenas behind the plate, and it's 2-0. Colin Hall, 5'11", 190. Alpharetta, Georgia native. Just 167 on the year for the 9-hole man. As the 2-0 comes in, it's a fastball in there for a called strike at 90 miles an hour, 2-1. Leadoff runner on, and Brady Smith was caught on the shoulder by a Corrigan offering. He takes a large leadoff first. Corrigan goes home. 2-1 pitch is in there for a called strike, 2-2. 1-0 our score here from Veterans Field. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you as always. Corrigan comes set, slightly closed across his body, now delivers. 2-2 is flared into right field, and that will drop in front of Andrew Eister. Brady Smith moves up 90 feet to second, and Chatham is in business once again. 2 runners on, nobody down.
Yeah, now of the one time through the lineup, 6 Chatham anglers have reached the base paths, and only 3 have been put out by this Red Sox defense and pitching staff. Not a good first time through the order here. Right back to the top of the man, Caden Polkovich, who's responsible for the only run for the Anglers so far, the solo home run to lead off this ballgame.
Polkovich took a Lomeli offering just over the 357 sign out there in right center field to lead off the game. Did it on the second pitch of his at-bat. And now up with another RBI opportunity. First pitch from Corrigan. Big cut and a miss. He was out in front of the off-speed pitch. It's 0-1. Once again, YD finds themselves in a dangerous opportunity. Infield at double play depth. Riley Terada stands on the edge of the grass. Jack Wold opting not to hold on the runner at first. The 0-1 misses wide, 1-1. Smith waits on second base. Colin Hall sits on first. Hall free to get as big of a lead as he wants, with Wold not holding him, playing back. Wyatt Young stands just behind Brady Smith, keeping him close. Also playing in double play depth. Outfield shaded a bit for Polkovich to pull as he looks at a called strike in there, 1-2. Cardenas will have a quick chat with Brady Corrigan on the mound. Still 1-2 here as the chat is complete. Corrigan looking in, getting the sign from his battery mate. And here's the 1-2 offering. Breaking ball stays high, and it's 2-2. Corrigan doesn't have a base to play with runners on first and second. Can't afford to nibble around the dangerous Caden Polkovich. Second home run of the year in the first as he waves at a fastball And he is set down swinging for the first out of the inning, and now double play gets Corrigan out of the jam.
And just a good fastball there at 89 in the strike zone, but Polkovich just comes up empty on it. And a really big first down here for the Whitey Righty. Corrigan, you mentioned ground ball, gets him out of this jam, and the Red Sox can strand Chatham base runners for the second straight frame.
Anthony Villar now stands in the box on the left-hand side, also with no batting gloves. The first pitch is a off-speed pitch that misses wide, 1-0. Sun has now retreated behind the tree line in left field, as we can finally look towards left field without having to put our hands up. The 1-0 misses low once again, 2-0, as Corrigan continues to struggle to find the strike zone. Runners on first and second here with one down. Infield plays back. Young and Dugas, the double play combination at double play depth. The 2-0 pitch is wide on the fastball, and it's now 3-0. O'Gwyn waits on deck. He's hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Don't want to face him with the bases loaded and only one down. Corrigan finds the strike zone with the fastball, and it's now 3-1.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worth it. Oh yeah.
Corrigan getting the sign, now comes to set its chest. And it's high, and he lost him. So a hit by pitch, a single, and then a walk. It has loaded the bases.
Now batting, the designated hitter from the University of Southern California, number 2.
And Jamal O'Gwyn will hit in a big-time RBI opportunity.
Well, we talked about pregame how well the Whitey pitching staff has pitched ever since the first 2 weeks of the season. But it's been a rough stretch for them here through 2 1/3 innings. They've walked 3, hit 1 by a pitch, allowed 3 hits as well.
Old demons resurfacing here in Chatham, as this has been the place where this Whitey team has undoubtedly struggled the most this season. O'Gwyn finds himself down in the count, 0-1. Double play still gets Corrigan out of the inning. Infield playing back. That one skips all the way past Cardenas behind the plate. It gets a favorable bounce, but Smith is in with the slide, and it's 2-0 Chatham. So about the worst case scenario if you're Corrigan and YD, as it takes them out of the double play possibility. Still only one down in the inning with 1 run already in. And now O'Gwyn stands in 1-1 with runners on second and third.
And that's what you can't have happen. Eliminates the double play. And just essentially giving the Anglers a run there. And it doubles the lead.
One and 1 the count after the pass ball. Here's the offering. Off-speed pitch misses wide, and it's 2-1.
And against a guy, O'Gwyn, who's really struggled lately. He's just 3 for his last 22 coming in to this ball game before walking in the first. But giving him a hitter's count here, 2-1, and allowing the Anglers to get a run on the board with a struggling hitter at the plate. Just can't happen.
Action now in the YD bullpen, as the 2-1's in there for a called strike, 2-2. Can't see who it is warming up right now. It's a lefty. We'll do our best to get a look. Looks like it's Legend Smith out of Oklahoma. 2-2 the count. Still only 1 down in the inning. That one skips in. This time blocked well behind the plate, and it's now a full count. Alex Terral waits on deck. He was the first man that Corrigan faced, and he welcomed the Arizona State pitcher to the ball game with a single. Full count, still only 1 down. Chatham already with 2 runs on 3 hits. YD with no runs on 2 hits. Corrigan will step off now. Big spot here for both teams. This game already looks to be hanging in the balance. The payoff pitch. And that one is absolutely rocketed into right center field, all the way back, and it'll one-hop the wall. Both runners will score easily. O'Gwyn will coast into second. It's a 2 RBI double, and it's 4-0 Chatham.
Well, Corrigan leaps one right over the heart of the plate with 2 strikes, and the struggling O'Gwyn gets the barrel to it and finds the perfect part of the outfield out in right center field. A one-hopper off the wall easily scores the 2 runs for Chatham, and the Anglers have done a good job hitting here with runners in scoring position here in the 2nd inning. So they've now cashed in with 3 runs, and picks out of the dugout. I think he's seen enough from Corrigan.
Looks as though it's going to be a bullpen game for Scott Pickler as he makes the slow walk out to the mound. Corrigan came in relief and has struggled. The lead has ballooned to 4-0. No official signal yet. There it is. So that will do it for Brady Corrigan. He's still responsible for O'Gwyn on second. We will take another break as Legend Smith set to take the mound for the Red Sox. We'll be right back on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
University of Miami, number 34, Alex.
Back here at Veterans Field is YD, not out of the woods yet. And the responsibility falls now to Legend Smith to stem the tide and limit Chatham to the 3 spot here in the bottom of the 2nd. O'Gwyn stands on second base after a 2 RBI double into the gap. Brawl now waits the first pitch from Legend Smith. And it's a curveball spun in there. Smith steals strike 1. Already 4 runs on 4 hits. Only 4 outs recorded here for YD in this one, as they continue to have struggles against this Chatham team. Legend Smith spins, but no throw. 0-1 the count. Alex Terrell singled in his first at-bat of the game. Slight shift from the YD infield as Gavin Dukas stands on the outfield grass. The 0-1. Off-speed pitch misses high, and it's 1-1. Four nothing our score here. Breaking ball, another good one, and it's 1-2. Legend Smith still with work to do, the Oklahoma Sooner. Making his third appearance for Scott Pickler. Set it to letter, now deals the 1-2. That one smoked right back up the middle, but right at Wyatt Young on the shift. He will throw over to Wold, and that's the second out of the inning.
So Wyatt Young's been a vacuum out there at shortstop the last week or so. And he made a couple of nice plays yesterday in Brewster. And he's showing he's got the capabilities to handle shortstop, despite the small stature.
Now 2 down here in the inning. Legend Smith looking to get out with stranding O'Gwynn at second as the first pitch is in at the hands of Ben Ramirez. And it's 0-1. Oh, 0-1 the count now. Scott Pickler already on his third pitcher through 1 2/3 inning. That's not where he wants to be. The 0-1. Chopped foul at the plate, back to the screen, and it's 0-2. They do say old habits die hard, and what had been the Achilles heel of this YD team early in the season was their bullpen, and it has proven ineffective early on in this one. Corrigan's ERA was already at 18, and that's sure to rise. 0-2, back up the middle, right at Legend Smith. He'll take a couple hops and throw over to Wold, and that'll end the inning. Chatham hangs a 3 spot and blow this game open. It's now 4-0. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
The freshman out of Texas, Colby Kubicek, still towing the slab for Tom Holliday and the Chatham Anglers as we head to the top of the third inning here from Veterans Field in Chatham. TJ Mathewson and Andre Sims here with you from the elbow of Cape Cod. It'll be 8-9-1 coming to the plate for YD. They trail 4-1. 4-0, pardon. Here at the top of the third frame, Noah Cardenas, Gavin Dugas, and Noah Campbell to come to the plate for YD. Cardenas, in his first at-bat of the game, he'll stride to the plate. He's 5 for 11 here in his fourth game with the Red Sox, his fourth start. Backstop, him sharing the catching duties with Austin Wells. Kubicek fires first pitch. Fastball at 87 on the outside edge for strike one. It's 0-1. Cardenas has recorded a hit in all 3 games he's played with YD. Just finished up his freshman season at UCLA. 0-1 on the way. Swinging a ground ball right side of the infield. 2 hops right to Villar at second base. Makes the easy throw over to first and Alex Terrell. And on 2 pitches, the Red Sox have 1 down here in the third inning. So here's Dugas. The LSU Tiger has yet to really get it going this summer. Just 6 at-bats so far, 1 for 6. And he struck out 5 times. First pitch on the way to Dugas. Fastball at 89, misses a little bit high for a ball. It's 1-0. Not a cloud in sight here in Chatham. A spectacular day of weather. 1-0 on the way. Swinging another ground ball towards Villar at second base. He fields, takes a crow hop towards first, and that's in time to get Dugas. And quick, 2 up, 2 down for Whitey here in the third inning. Well, Red Sox pitchers have really struggled to get Anglers hitters out. And the Red Sox, despite their 2 hits, have gone quietly here in their 3 frames at the plate. So here's the leadoff man, Noah Campbell. He's responsible for one of the 2 Whitey hits today. Swings at the first pitch, off speed, swinging a miss for a strike. It's 0-1. Campbell hitting .360 entering today. Doesn't qualify for the league batting title though. Has been on and off with his starts. 0-1. Off speed, misses away outside. That one at 82. And the count evens at 1-1 on Noah Campbell. The switch hitter, he bats left-handed. Kubicek still hasn't allowed a run to Whitey this summer. Or pardon, an earned run as the 1-1 misses outside. The count goes to 2-1. He tossed 4 scoreless the first time he saw the Red Sox back on June 15th. Well, 4 innings, pardon, with 1 unearned run. He's now at 6 2/3 without allowing an earned run. 2-1, swing and a miss from Campbell, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's faced just 1 over the minimum so far. Campbell was thrown out trying to steal back in the first inning. The first time he's been caught all season. Kubicek out of the line. 2-2 on the way. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count will go to 3-2 on Campbell. The middle of the infield is wide open. The second baseman, Villar, is playing Campbell to pull. The shortstop, Morrill, is playing over in the shortstop hole. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Campbell down on strikes as Kubicek. Another 1-2-3 inning on the bump for Chatham. He has not allowed a Whitey run here through 3 frames. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning here from Veterans Field. It's the Anglers 4 and the Red Sox nothing here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Legend Smith out to toe the rubber for the bottom of the third inning here at Veterans Field in Chatham. It's 4-0 Anglers over Red Sox, and the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Chatham lineup is set to come to the plate to face Smith. The Red Sox needed 3 pitchers just to get 6 outs through the first 2 frames. They've struggled to put away these Anglers hitters. So far, it's Houston Morrill out of Oklahoma State, the shortstop for Chatham. First pitch to him, misses, or actually, pardon, will catch the strike zone. Strike 1, a fastball at 88 from Smith, and it's 0-1. Smith, the lefty on the windup, 0-1. Swing and a miss from Morrill. He chases a pitch up at his eye level, and the count goes to 0-2. Morrill just 1 for 7 to start this season. Has yet to record a home run or an RBI. 0-2. Smith goes upstairs again, but Morrill able to hold off, and it goes to 1-2. The native of Binger, Oklahoma, winds 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Morrill goes down on strikes. Smith off to a good start here in the third inning. The first time an Angler has been retired to start an inning here tonight. As there's 1 down, the first strikeout for Legend Smith, and the right fielder, Cade Cavanis, will step to the plate.
Yeah, Smith already looks exponentially more comfortable than Lamelli or Corrigan did in their respective outings.
Oklahoma State Cowboy awaits the first pitch. Curveball misses outside, and it's 1-0.
You have to figure Scott Pickler will lean on Smith a little bit if he continue to pitch well to try to eat some of these innings so he doesn't have to keep going with so many arms in this one.
Smith kicks 1-0 to Cavanis. It's over on the outside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. That curveball at 76 miles an hour. Cavanis has struggled this summer. He homered in his first at-bat as an Angler, but in general has struck out 9 times his last 18 at-bats. 1-1 misses up and inside. It brushes him back. The left-handed hitter is ahead now, 2-1. The second baseman, Dugas, is playing way out on the outfield grass in shallow right field. Playing Cavanis to pull 2-1. Swing and a miss. 90-mile-an-hour fastball there from Legend Smith, and the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The sky now glowing with an orange and pinkish hue as the sun sets behind the left field trees. 2-2, fastball. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Legend Smith has struck out both batters he's seen here in the third inning. And there's 2 down for Chatham. And Brady Smith, the catcher out of the University of Florida, will come to the plate with 2 outs. Smith was hit by a pinch to lead off the second inning, facing Brady Corrigan. He enters today on a 7-game hit streak. First pitch from Smith. Fastball stays upstairs. It's 1-0. Has yet to record a home run, has a pair of RBIs, and is hitting .350 on the summer. 1-0 on the way. Fastball again stays upstairs at 89, and the count will go to 2-0 on Smith. So a Smith versus Smith matchup here. Legend Smith and Brady Smith. Legend kicks 2-0. Swing and a miss from the backstop, the Florida Gator, and the count's 2-1. The Whitey defense has shifted back to straight up. White Young may be playing a little shaded over in the hole at shortstop. Middle of the infield wide open as Smith can get a ground ball that way past Legend Smith down the mound. 2-1. Swing and a fly ball out to right field. Andrew Eister a couple steps back. Now moves over to his left. He's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. The first 1-2-3 inning of the night for Whitey. Puts a 0 up on the scoreboard for the Chatham Anglers here in the bottom of the third inning. What to the fourth? It's Chatham 4 and Whitey nothing here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. The Texas Longhorn Colby Kubicek still out on the bump for Chatham here in the top half of the fourth inning. And he'll get to face the middle of the Winey lineup for the second time. Austin Wells, Andrew Eister, and Jack Thomas Wold. They look to get Winey on the scoreboard. Have been shut out here through 3 innings on 2 hits. Kubicek out of the windup. First pitch to Wells. Swinging a rope down the right field line, but a hook's foul. It's 0-1 here on Austin Wells. Might have got that one off the end of the bat. Wells, the Cape League leader in home runs with 4. He also has a pair of doubles. Entered today hitting .300. Had 3 hits yesterday at Brewster. And the Red Sox 5-2 win against the Whitecaps. Kubicek out of the windup as he has most of tonight. 0-1. Misses down and in the dirt. A fastball that was spiked there from Kubicek. And the count goes to 1-1. That win over Brewster big for YD and a tight Eastern Division. Red Sox a point out of first place entering today. They trail Orleans by 1. 1-1. Swung on and a miss by Wells. And the count will go to 1-2. So you have Orleans at 20 points, YD at 19, Chatham at 17, Brewster at 17, and Harwich at 14. The pack separated by just 6 points. Kubicek staring in at Brady Smith. He winds, hesitates a little bit, 1-2. Off speed at 82, misses down low. And the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 4-pitch guy, a fastball, a curveball, a slider, and a changeup. Kubicek again winds. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball gets Austin Wells right there. Strikes out for the first time tonight. The second straight strikeout of a YD hitter for Kubicek. And there's one down here for Andrew Eister to now come to the plate. He snapped an 0 for 14 with his 2 RBI single yesterday in the 8th inning. That average was up near 500 for most of the season, but went into a slump over this past week. Prior to that 0 for 14 streak, his last hit, as he waits the first pitch from Kubicek, a curveball misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. That last hit he had was his game-tying home run in Game 2 of the doubleheader at Falmouth to finish off the second week of the season. That pushed Winey over 500. They haven't looked back since. 1-0. Misses low, and the count goes to 2-0 on Eister. But he's second in the Cape League and on the team in home runs with 3. And that win was one of 4 straight for the Red Sox as they jumped up the standings in the Eastern Division. 2 on the way to Eister. Swing and a miss. And the Gamecock comes up empty there on a big hack. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. He led South Carolina in hitting this season. There's 1 and 2 members of South Carolina on this YD roster. He bats from an open stance from the right side, 2-1. Fastball misses low at 89, and he's in a hitter's count here, 3-1. It's been now 8 days since his last home run. He's got some serious pop. 3-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. He comes up empty there on a fastball at 90, and the count will go full 3 balls and 2 strikes. He hit double-digit home runs this season at South Carolina and was even better the previous year when he was at JUCO, when he hit .413 with 13 bombs. 3-2 on the way to Eister. Swinging a chopper towards third base, fielded by Ben Ramirez. Makes the long throw over to first, and it's in time to get Eister. So a good fight there from the YD right fielder, but he's retired 5-3. 2 outs here in the 4th inning, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Jack Thomas Wold. Wold, back in the 2nd inning, grounded out to second base. He's quietly had a really good summer. Tied while sitting by himself, 8th in the Cape League in average at .317. He bats from the left side. First pitch, a cut and a miss. Came up empty on an off-speed pitch at 83, and it's 0-1. His 1 home run came back on opening day. As he awaits the 0-1, swing and a miss. He chases after one down and out of the strike zone. Another off-speed pitch there from Kubicek, and it's 0-2. He was just joined by his teammate here today, Ryan Hare. So he's now one of 2 Rebels on this roster. 0-2 to Wold. It's swung on and chopped foul at home plate. and the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Hare activated today, the redshirt junior, replacing Boyd Vanderkoy, who made his last appearance for Whitey yesterday as he tossed 5 innings at Brewster. 0-2 from Kubicek. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 92 miles an hour on the fastball, down and out of the strike zone. Gets Jack Thomas Wold to swing over the top of it for out number 3 here in the 4th inning, the 3rd strikeout of the night for the Texas Longhorn Kubicek. So head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here from Chatham, it's the Anglers 4 and the Red Sox nothing here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. After retiring the Anglers 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, Legend Smith back out to toe the slab in the bottom of the 4th inning as he's going to get 9-1-2 in the Chatham lineup and hoping to keep this a 4-run game. Anglers get all 4 of their runs in the first 2 frames, and Smith was able to retire them 1-2-3 in the 3rd inning. First pitch on the way to Colin Hall, over on the inside corner, a fastball at 87 for strike 1. It's 0-1. Hall his first time up, singled and scored a run back in the 2nd inning. Part of a 3-run frame for Chatham. 0-1 on the way, shows bunt, gets it down, but it's right at home plate and trickles foul straight back. And the count's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here on Hall. The first 2 arms for YD today, Carlos Lamelli left after a 1/3 of an inning with undisclosed injury. And then Brady Corrigan came in out of the bullpen and struggled through just an inning, allowed 3 runs on 3 hits. 0-2, swinging a line drive, right center field. It'll drop for a base hit. Beasley will collect it in center, get it back in to Gavin Dugas. 2 at-bats and 2 base hits for Colin Hall. As for the 3rd time in 4 innings, the Anglers have had the leadoff man reach, and the top of the lineup will now come up for Chatham and Caden Polkovich, who homered to lead off the Anglers' 1st inning. Polkovich is hitting .292 entering play today and doubled his home run total for the season with that solo shot in the 1st inning. First pitch for him, switch hitter now batting right-handed. Misses high for ball 1, it's 1-0. So Hall over at first base, he's 2 for 4 on stolen bases this season. And the Anglers, not a big base stealing team, 8th in the Cape League in stolen bases. Smith working out of the stretch. We'll go the 1-0. It misses low and off speed at 75 miles an hour, and the count goes to 2-0. The Anglers are just 13 of 25 on stolen bases this summer. Just over 50%. Smith sets at the chest 2-0. Fastball catches the inside corner at 88, and he's trying to work his way back 2-1 now. But for the Red Sox, it's polar opposite on the base pass. 24 of 30 for YD. In fact, their leading base stealer is one of their starting catchers in Austin Wales. He's playing left field here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-1, misses low for a ball. It's 3 balls and a strike. Not something we would really expect.
Certainly not. And, I mean, Noah Campbell, obviously a type of guy you would expect. Very athletic, very pacey guy from South Carolina, but Austin Wells has picked his times to go very well this season.
3-1 from Smith, swinging a line drive down the left field line. It's hooking, and it will go foul. It's one hops the chain link fence and goes right through the Chatham bullpen down that left field side. A scary moment there for Legend Smith, but instead it's just strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Polkovich. Was 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs Saturday in Chatham's win against Hyannis. All leads off of first. Smith sets. 3-2 on the way. Fastball will miss low for ball 4. So Polkovich walks. Back-to-back base runners reach to start this 4th inning. And outside of the bottom of the 3rd inning, it just relays the theme of this game, traffic on the base paths. For these Chatham hitters, they've done a wonderful job at making these YD pitchers work. And now Anthony Villar, the second baseman out of Miami, will step to the plate with 2 on and no one out. The Anglers are one of the top teams at drawing walks in the league. In fact, our first. They've drawn 69 walks entering today. Smith peeks back at second. Villar shows bunt, pulls back. Curveball stays high. For a ball, it's 1-0. Anglers threatening for more runs here in the 4th inning. They're already up 4-0 here on the Red Sox. And if the theme were to play out for how these YD Chatham games have gone this summer, that would be enough. The Red Sox haven't scored more than 3 against Chatham in 2 complete games this summer. Smith sets. 1-0. Shows bunt again, does Villar. And the pitch misses outside. He pulls back. It's 2-0. Smith was all around the strike zone back in the 3rd inning. He struck out 2 anglers, but is struggling to find the zone here in the 4th inning. The Red Sox have walked 4 anglers. As Smith takes a deep breath, sets, peeks back at second, 2-0. Villar pulls back, swings, and comes up empty. A nice fastball at 89. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike here on Villar. Anglers sitting at 5 hits. They've walked 4 times and have reached on a hit by pitch. A ground ball to one of the middle infielders in Wyatt Young or Gavin Dugas would be huge here. 2-1. The bunt is shown. It's pushed foul up the 3rd base side. Villar gets it down but can't keep it fair. And he's now going to have to swing away with the count now even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sky has pinkened even more with the sunset going out off to the west, out over left field. Some of the longer days of the summer here in this week as we near 4th of July here on the Cape. 4th of July set for 4 days from now on Thursday. Turn and throw to the second base part in. Back in plenty of time is Colin Hall. A daylight was shown by Wyatt Young, the shortstop, who's relaying the signs to Smith on how many looks, usually, how the daylight play. You look back however many times, and if on any of those looks back, the middle infielder shows daylight, you throw. No daylight there. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Buries a breaking ball in the dirt and gets Anthony Villar to go over the top of it. The 3rd strikeout for Legend Smith. That's a huge first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now is a ground ball double play away from getting out of this 4th inning. But he's going to have to face a guy who smacked a 2 RBI double to right center field his last time up in Jamal O'Gwynn.
Yeah, you're right, TJ. That is an absolutely crucial first at bat. You said it yourself. Hasn't scored more than 3 runs in a game against Chatham. Has this YD offense. You want to keep the deficit where it is.
First pitch to O'Gwynn, swinging a line drive down the right field side. It's down. It'll get into the corner. Hall will come around to score. Polkovich getting the wave on. The relay will be cut off by Dugas in right field. 2 runs come across to score for Chatham. And Jamal O'Gwynn has reached for the 3rd time today and has driven in his 3rd and 4th runs. It's now 6-0 Anglers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Again, O'Gwynn goes the other way. A sharply hit ball that gets to the fence on a couple hops. and extends the Chatham lead to 6-0.
Well, I was just saying you don't want to let the lead get any larger, but that is the second time, and it's a credit to O'Gwyn. Both of his 2 RBI doubles going the opposite way, one to the right center field gap and that one down the right field line.
So Smith now with the treat of facing Alex Terrell, who had 24 homers this season at Miami back in the spring. First pitch strike on the outside corner, and the count's 0-1. In the last game the Anglers played, Terrell hit his first Cape League homer on Saturday. He's feeling like he's getting in a better rhythm at the plate, he said after the game. When he first got up here, he said his swing was a little tight, but smoothing out a lot. 0-1. Curveball bounce, or fastball, spiked in the dirt. And the count goes to 1-1 on Terrell, who's got some of the best power in all the country. Him and his since-departed USA teammate Spencer Torkelson combined for 47. Torkelson expected back in a couple of weeks once Team USA play subsides. In fact, in USA's first game, official game here tonight, Torkelson hit a home run. 1-1. Off speed down and in the dirt, blocked by Cardenas. And the count goes to 2-1. Behind the plate, Cardenas is as solid as it gets. Didn't commit a single error this season at UCLA. He's giving the signs to Legend Smith. Served up the 2-run double to Jamal O'Gwyn, his second of that kind here tonight. Smith sets and now will step off. And O'Gwyn, credit to him. He really has struggled over the past week or so for Chatham. He started the season off hitting near 400 for the first 2 weeks, and then went into a 3-for-22 slump. But not that way tonight. 2-1, swing and a miss from Terrell. Had the lefty way out in front of that one, and Smith has worked at even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Terrell will dig back in. Jamal O'Gwyn stands off of second base. Smith, the Oklahoma product, sets right at the chest level. A big second out awaits for him. Here's the 2-2. Curveball hung and slammed down the right field side, but it hooks foul. And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith left that off-speed pitch right at 75 at the chest, at the letters. And Terrell saw it and was just early on it as he hooks it into the section of fans huddled in front of the Whitey bullpen down the right field side. So O'Gwyn off of second again. Smith sets again. He kicks 2-2 on the way. Fastball way upstairs. Doesn't get Terrell to chase. And the count will go full 3-2. If Terrell reaches and doesn't get into a double play somehow here with 1 out, Ben Ramirez, the third baseman, waits on deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Terrell. O'Gwyn at second. Smith sets again. Peeks that way, 3-2. Curveball, misses inside for ball 4. Good idea there from Smith. Terrell left the bat on his shoulder, but it looked like he missed just in off the plate. And the big first baseman will reach and bring up Ben Ramirez, who will now bat from the left side, and Christian Wanders, the Whitey pitching coach, out of the first base dugout, and he's going to have a chat with Legend Smith. So the 5th walk of the game for Whitey pitching, and we're only here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's along with them giving up 6 hits and 6 runs as well. Wanders made it brief, turns back around, and will head back to the Whitey dugout. So now Ben Ramirez, who was 0 for 4 on Saturday and is 0 for 2 today, will step to the plate, hitting .239. Not a big power hitter. He hit his only home run of the season here on the Cape, up at Red Wilson Field in the earlier this season. The only game that these two have played at Red Wilson so far, a shortened 7-inning affair. First pitch, cut and a miss from Ramirez. The count goes to 0-1. Ramirez digs in from the left side. Wearing number 49, the Chatham wearing their home blues jerseys and pinstripes. White pinstripes, 0-1. Swinging a fly ball out to center field. This is backing up Brad Beasley. He's just in front of the warning track. He'll collect and make the catch. Tagging and going towards third is O'Gwyn. He's in there in plenty of time. Behind him, Terrell will tag up as the throw goes into third and take second base. So a fly out to semi-deep center field for Ben Ramirez. So Huey Morrill will come to the plate as he looks to extend this Chatham lead here with 2 outs. The Anglers already lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They've scored in every inning but the 3rd. So Morrill will step to the plate. Batting from the right side, the lefty Legend Smith with runners on at 2nd and 3rd. Gets the sign and will fire the first pitch. Check swing, curveball misses in the dirt. They appeal down to first, but Frank Auditory down at first said he didn't go around, and the count's 1-0.
An unfortunate moment here at Veterans Field as it looks as though a young fan was hit by that hard hit foul ball in the prior at bat, but got EMS on scene as very fortunately they are located just across the street.
1-0 misses high, and the count's 2-0. Yeah, that screamer down the right field side. And the firehouse is literally across the road. If you look out over right field, up the hill, across the road. And it's right there, the big flagpole out in right center. Smith behind 2-0 to Morrill. The lefty sets 2-0 on the way. Fastball will miss a low and inside, and the count goes to 3-0. You got Depot Road running from the right field foul pole all the way out to center field. Cars parked up and down it. A dangerous spot. If someone, a left-hand hitter, would to launch a home run that way, up over all the fans sitting on the hill. 3-0 from Smith. Fastball high for ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Huey Morrill. That'll load the bases here in the 4th inning. And the 8th batter of this 4th inning will come to the plate in the form of Cade Camenis. It's just the polar opposite of the Legend Smith we saw in the 3rd inning. It's dominant, 3 up and 3 down. But now we'll face the right fielder, the Oklahoma State product in Cade Camenis. He struck out looking both times. Once against Legend Smith. The lefty will want to look to get another one right here and get Whitey out of the trouble here in the 4th. He kicks first pitch. Swing and a miss. As Camenis was guessing fastball, got curveball, and was way out in front of a pitch that bounced in front of home plate. It's 0-1. A bedlam matchup. The Oklahoma Sooner on the mound and the Oklahoma State Cowboy at the plate. Cardenas gives the signs from behind the plate. 0-1 on the way from Smith. Swing and a miss from Camenis. It's 0-2. The Anglers have pushed across 2 runs here in the 4th inning. They did it on a Jamal O'Gwyn 2 RBI double. Legend Smith is trying to keep it at just that. The lefty will wind. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses low at 88 miles an hour, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Smith standing at 6'3", 220 pounds. The lefty kicks again. 1-2. Curveball stays upstairs. Doesn't miss by a whole bunch. As Camenis turns away from it, he's even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners off of every base for Chatham. O'Gwyn at third, Terrell at first. At second, 2-2, bounces in the dirt, taken by Camenis for ball 3. So now the runners are going to get a head start from every base. O'Gwyn again on third base. Terrell on second. Morrill at first. The Anglers threatening to break it open here in the 4th inning. Already leading 6-0. 3-2. Fastball misses high for ball 4. After going ahead 0-2, Legend Smith loses Cade Camenis to walk in a run. That'll make it 7-0 Anglers here in the 4th inning. The control has spiraled away from Legend Smith. It's 7-0 Chatham.
And it was interesting. There was no action in the YD bullpen during that at-bat. And very quickly, Scott Pickler now has an arm up and throwing, as this is very, very quickly gotten away from YD.
The fourth walk of the inning for Smith. First pitch stays upstairs and misses for ball one. It's just been a rough day for Whitey Arms. They've already walked 7 Chatham Anglers here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Smith kicks again. Oh, 1-0. Swing and a foul out of play down the right field side. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. 7 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Chatham. No runs on 2 hits and no errors for YD here in the bottom of the 4th. Red Sox were 2 points ahead of the Anglers entering today in the standings. 1-1. Curveball misses. A little bit low for ball 2. It's 2-1. But the Anglers looking real good right now in terms of tying up YD in the Eastern Division standings. 2-1. Off speed, stays up. Looks like it catches the strike zone right on the top shelf. Smith will take it. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty's got 2 outs. Runners off of every base. He's already walked in a run. 3 runs total in the bottom of the 4th inning for Chatham. Smith back in the batter's box. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul out of play on a fastball from Smith. And the count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brady Smith is the 9th batter of the inning for Chatham. He's 0 for 1. He scored on a wild pitch back in the 2nd inning when he reached on a hit by pitch against Brady Corrigan. 2-2. Fastball chopped up the middle. Ranging over is Dugas. Behind the bag, he fields. Long throw over to first. It won't be in time. 1 run comes home to score in Terrell, and 2 runs will come home to score on the long throw from Dugas. So the second baseman for YD decides to make a play at first base, and as soon as he makes the off-balance throw, the runner on at second base and Morrill comes all the way home to score and put 2 more on the scoreboard. It's now 9-0 Chatham.
Yeah, that's a mistake from Gavin Dugas at second base. You can't make that throw with all of your momentum taking you away from the bag like that. There wasn't a chance he was going to be able to get that out. And you got to eat that. Make sure the runners stay where they are. And it's Michael Weisberg is the arm warming right now, and he's now joined by another arm. We'll see who that is. But Pickler trying to let Legend Smith finish this one out, and this one has completely gotten away. The wheels have fallen off for YD.
Yeah, they've spiraled out of control. 5 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. In just a blink of an eye, this game has gotten out of YD's hands. First pitch on the way to Colin Hall at the plate for the 2nd time here in the bottom of the 4th. A called strike on a fastball at 87. And after that bottom half of the 3rd inning, it looked like Legend Smith was going to settle in. But it's just fallen apart here in the 4th inning. Hall is batting from the left side. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored so far out of Georgia Tech. 0-1. Swing and a miss from Hall as he comes up empty on a fastball, and the count is now 0-2. Hall, a sophomore, 5'11", 190 pounds. Hit .307 this season for Georgia Tech. 0-2. Check swing, and they appeal down to second. He did go around. So Hall strikes out swinging to finally end this 4th inning for YD. The Anglers, though, put up 5 runs and extend their lead to 9-0 here at Veterans Field in Chatham. Led to the top of the 5th inning here from Chatham, Massachusetts. It's the Red Sox trailing the Anglers 9-0 on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Attention, we have a pinch hitter.
Top of the 5th inning here in Chatham, as this one has escalated very, very quickly. A 5-spot for Chatham in the bottom of the 4th inning has blown this one open. It's now 9-0 Anglers, as we will have a pinch hitter here. RJ Yeager steps in now in place of Wyatt Young. He looks at the first pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Still Kubicek on the mound, as he's worked a very successful 4 innings. The 1-0 pitch misses for a ball, 2-0. The wind has been taken out of the sails of the YD Red Sox here. The 2-0 pitch from Yeager is downstairs, 3-0. Yeager had himself a solid day at the plate yesterday for YD as he takes the 3-1 pitch, a fastball at 89 for a called strike, 3-1. Got the scoring started with an RBI 6-3 ground out, reached on a hit by pitch, and then reached on an error and scored. That one's fouled away. It looked like it caught a bit of the home plate umpire. And it's now 3-2. Full count. Yeager spoils it back straight away, and it heads towards the parking lot, and count holds. Full count to Yeager. Fresh off the bench, and he swings and misses at the payoff pitch, and he is quickly dispatched from whence he came, and that's the first out of the inning. Chatham, 9 runs on 7 hits. YD, no runs on 2 hits for YD as Scott Pickler continues to empty his bench as now Jake Palmer steps in, pinch hitting for Brad Beasley. And he looks at a first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Palmer awaits the 0-1 offering from left. He spoils it, fouls it back to the screen. And it's 0-2. Kubicek has been dealing, just the 2 hits allowed. Does have a walk in this one, but other than that has been unscathed. The 0-2. Breaking ball that dances outside, 1-2. The sun has completely set as now dusk falls over the Chatham skyline. Lights beginning to take effect here on the field. Palmer awaits the 0-2. Outside, and it's now 2-2. Kubicek sitting at 58 pitches. Through 4 1/3 innings. And that one runs the count full as he misses downstairs, 3-2. This next pitch will be pitch number 60 as Kubicek's ERA is down to 0.9 thus far, aided by 2 very strong starts against this potent YD offense. Full count. Another swing and a miss. Palmer goes down looking. So 2 pinch hitters from Scott Pickler and RJ Yeager and Jake Palmer, and they both go down swinging. And now Riley Tirada will step in. Tirada grounded in a double play that ended YD's best chance in this one. They had runners on first and second with just 1 down, but he grounded into a 5-3 double play back in the 2nd inning as he looks at the first pitch wide for a ball, 1-0. Since that double play started a streak, that one is skied foul and out of play. That double play started a streak of 9 straight YD hitters that Kubicek has retired. One and one the count to Terada. Kubicek set to deal. Breaking ball just drops out of the zone, and it's 2-1. This is now the third time these two teams have faced off. Only the second time officially. Excuse me, third time officially. Fourth time they've squared off. And YD has had very little, if any, offensive success against this Chatham pitching staff. 2-2 the count, 2 men down in the inning. Riley Terada waits in the right-hander's batter's box. Kubicek set at the belt. Out of the windup where he's been for most of the night. Terada spoils the 2-2 offering and will reset and do it again. Zeros on the scoreboard thus far for YD. Chatham got 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and 5 in the fourth. For a 9-0 score, Terada looks at the fastball on the outer half for a called strike 3. Kubicek aging like fine wine, getting better with time as he strikes out the side in the fifth. They go down 1-2-3. Chatham back up, looking to extend the lead. It's 9-0 Anglers. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Back here for the home half of the fifth inning. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you as a few defensive changes and a pitching change for Scott Pickler as Michael Weisberg takes over on the mound, making his 4th appearance for the Red Sox this season. Only thrown 2 1/3 innings in those prior 3 appearances, as his first pitch is a fastball pumped in at 91 for a called strike, 0-1. Yeager stays in. Dispatches Young at shortstop. Jake Palmer now is in center field as Weisberg's 0-1 offering skips in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Weisberg's ERA sits at 7.71. As that one is absolutely smoked down the line. If it's fair, it's gone, but it's foul. It was close, but it was tailing, ended up about 5 to 10 feet wide of the foul pole down the right field line. And in the end, all it is a loud strike 2. Whitey pitchers continue to live dangerously against this Chatham lineup. Caden Polkovich looking for his second home run of the day. Chatham batted around in that 5-run fourth.
That was you just a few years ago. I'm sure.
1-2 now from Weisberg. Breaking ball breaks outside. Two and two the count. Polkovich has had a good day, a home run and a walk and scored twice. That one skied over our heads and out of play, and it's still 2-2.
They love it.
At this point, it's about YD stemming the tide, keeping the deficit where it is. 2-2. An errant breaking ball that slips out of the hand of Weisberg and all the way back to the backstop. The count runs full. Walks and extra base hits have been killer for the YD pitching staff, and this one is there's yet another one. And once again, the leadoff runner is on. That's now 8 walks for this YD pitching staff.
University of Miami, number 56, Anthony Villar.
For context, that's Caden Polkovich's fourth plate appearance here through 5 innings of baseball. So Anthony Villar now steps in. Struck out in his last plate appearance. That one sliced foul and out of play down the left field line, and it's 0-1. Weisberg now in the stretch. Comes set at the belt. The 0-1. That one's way inside, and that one gets past Cardenas behind the plate. And it'll be an easy advance for Polkovich. He now stands on second base. No one on this YD pitching staff has just been able to find the zone in this one, and it has hurt them. We're approaching 2 hours of ball game here through just 4.5 innings of play. Now the 1-1 with Polkovich standing on second base. Big swing and a miss on a 92-mile-an-hour heater, and it's 1-2. Villar waits in the box. Scored a run back in the second. That one's grounded back up the middle, past the dive of Dugas, and that'll score a run, and it's now 10-0 Chatham. It's been the same tale over and over in this one for YD. Leadoff runner gets on, leadoff runner scores, and it's now 10-0 as Chatham has only been held scoreless once, and that was the 1-2-3 third inning worked by Legend Smith. So now, runner on first, still nobody out. As Jamal O'Gwyn steps in with a pair of 2 RBI doubles in his last 2 at-bats. Been on base all 3 times. So that one is skied into right field. Eister comes crashing in. He'll make the catch. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting for Chatham, the first baseman from the University of Miami, number 34, Alex Terrell.
Terrell now will step in, work to walk and scored in his last time up as part of the 5-run 4th inning. Double play now gets the Red Sox out of the jam with just the 1 run allowed. 10-0 our score here. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you. The runner is going. The throw from Cardenas is a good one, but it's not in time. It was an excellent throw from Cardenas, but it was late. Villar got a fantastic jump off first base, and now the double play is no longer in effect. One down still. It was a breaking ball, and it was a tough pitch for Cardenas to throw on as Weisberg spun it in there. Now the 0-1. And that one comes in and hit him, and just seems like every single Chatham batter is reaching base here in this one.
The third baseman from the University of Southern California, number 49, Ben Ramirez.
So now Ben Ramirez will step in. He's been the one Chatham hitter who hasn't really had any success today. He is 0 for 3. He steps in now with a chance to increase the already double-digit lead. First pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. You look at the body language of the YD dugout right now, and none of them are happy. A lot of dropped heads, a lot of people just draped over the dugout fencing. The 1-0. An awkward half swing from Ben Ramirez, and it's now 1-1. Ramirez flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Grounded back to Legend Smith in his second, and then flew out to center in his last at-bat in the fourth. I'm sure he wants to get in on some of the fun for this one as he smokes one to left field, and he will do just that as that one is long gone all the way to the street at Veterans Field. And the floodgates just stay open. It's now 13-0 Anglers. So a 3-run shot for Ben Ramirez as he absolutely tattooed one well over the right field fence. And it just keeps getting worse. Jorge Arenas now steps in. The pinch hitter will take the place of Huey Murill, as this game is now well out of reach for YD. No pitcher has had success for the Red Sox today. Weisberg comes in and fares much like his predecessors. First pitch. Arenas' first pitch swinging, cuts on and miss. And it's 0-1.
Well, Ben Ramirez has hit both of his home runs this season against YD. And that one, an absolute tater to right field. One he had at YD was somewhat cheap. But that one that he just hit, absolute no doubt.
Got every bit of it as he sent it out to straightaway right field. Count now 0-2 on Arenas after he skies a foul ball off one of the light poles here at Veterans Field. Still just one down here in the inning as Chatham continues to put up crooked numbers on the scoreboard. 1-2 pitch is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. That's the second out of the inning. Arenas goes down looking. Cade Cabanis now steps in, set to take his third at-bat in as many innings. First pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. This Chatham lineup heading through the order for the fourth time here, just in the bottom of the fifth inning. Swing and a miss from Cabanis, and it's 1-1. Almost dark here in Chatham. We are approaching 9 o'clock local time as the 1-1 pitch is downstairs and inside, 2-1. It has been an absolute train wreck for YD pitchers in this one. 2-1. As that one skied deep into right center field, but Eister's got a beat on it, and that will finally end the inning. Another crooked number for the Anglers as they now push the lead to 13-0. Red Sox still with only 2 hits. We head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on a Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Number 8, Noah Cardenas.
Top of the 6th inning is really now anything past this point is just cosmetic, as this game is well out of reach for the Red Sox. 13-0 our score here at Veterans Field. Noah Cardenas steps in as he faces the new pitcher, Keaton Rice. First pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. So the final line for Kubicek is an excellent one. 5 innings, just the 2 hits allowed. As he now gives way with the job more than done. 1-0 pitch is a fastball pumped in at 95, and it was an easy 95, and it's 1-1.
And Alexis got a video of it all? Is that going on Highlight Moments, Alexis?
1-2 now the count. And my mistake, it's not Keaton Rice, the catcher, on the mound, as Cardenas grounds one to the new second baseman, Tyler Dones. And he'll throw over to first for the first out of the inning. It is actually Jeremy Wu Yelit, the lefty out of Hawaii. One down here in the 6th inning. The final line for Kubicek is 5 innings, just the 2 hits allowed, 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. First pitch to Dugas is a ball, 1-0. Fouled back, and it's 1-1. One now. So that one's skied into center field. Polkovich underneath it, and that's the second out of the inning.
The designated hitter, number 14, Noah Campbell.
So top of the order now for YD. Noah Campbell steps in. He'll flip around and bat from the right side for the first time tonight against the lefty. Two outs here in the visitors' half of the 6th inning as Campbell takes the first pitch off the inner half, 1-0. It has been absolutely cruise control here for YD pitchers. Let's see, 1-0 is in there for a called strike, and that'll leave the count at 1-1. It's now 12 straight have been set down by Chatham pitcher staff. 2-1. $13-0 our score here. Andre Sims, TJ Mathewson with you in what has been an absolute rout for Chatham. It's 2-1 pitch. It's downstairs for a ball, 3-1. Crowd has gone silent. Some have thinned out as this one appears to be decided. 3-1 pitch to Campbell. Fouls it back, and the count will run full, 3-2. Full count, 2 down. Wu Yelland looking to work a clean 1-2-3 inning. But he won't as Campbell draws the walk, and that's the first YD base runner to reach since Brad Beasley in the 2nd inning.
Cal Poly St. Louis Obispo, number 35, Samuelson, pinch hitting.
So now Austin Wells' day is done, as Tate Samuelson now will pinch hit for him. As Scott Pickler looks to be taking out his key players, and as Sam Hall also waits on deck, so it appears Eister's day is done as well. 0-1 to Samuelson. Campbell waits on first. That one misses low for a ball. 1-1. One. That one absolutely rocketed from Samuelson. That one will go into the left field gap and all the way to the wall. Campbell's on his horse. Scott Pickler's going to wave him in. Here's the relay throw, and it is in time, and that sums up the game for YD. It was an ambitious send from Pickler, but given the circumstances, you can't blame him for doing so. It was a picture-perfect relay from Colin Hall to Jorge Arenas all the way through to Brady Smith, and Campbell was out by a couple of steps. We head to the bottom of the sixth inning. The score holds at 13-0 Anglers. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. In as Brady Smith's day is done. Rice will get his first AB of the day. Swings and misses on the first pitch from the new arm for Scott Pickler. It's Adam Jeanette. Chopped weakly to Wold at first. He'll go to the bag himself, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting for Chatham, the left fielder from Georgia Tech, number 1, Colin Hall.
Colin Hall now will step in. Started the very well executed relay to get Campbell at the plate in the last half inning. That ended the last half inning and kept YD off the scoreboard. Colin Hall's had a good day out of the 9-hole. A couple of base hits, scored a couple runs as well. 2-0. Waves up over the top of an off-speed pitch, and it's 2-1. Two-one. Once again, chop to Wold. This time we'll have to make the toss. Jeanette is over to the bag in time to make the out for out number 2.
Hitting for the Chatham Anglers out of Florida State University, number 4, Cooper Swanson.
So Caden Polkovich's fantastic day at the top of the order is done, as Cooper Swanson now will step in, as both managers now going to their benches. Swanson batting from the right side. First pitch from Jeanette. In there for a called strike. The final line on Weisberg, an inning pitched. Gave up just 2 hits, but 4 runs. They were all earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. It's been a rough day for YD pitchers ever since really the start of this game, as Lamelli allowed a leadoff home run. And a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Jeanette. The first 1-2-3 inning since the 3rd. And we are very quickly headed to the top of the 7th inning. 13-0 is still our score. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th inning. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
The left fielder.
Top of the 7th inning. Some defensive changes for Chatham. We will get them to you momentarily. One of them is that Colin Hall has moved from left to center. Keaton Rice is now behind the dish. Sam Hall now steps in. Pinch hitting for Andrew Eister, as he was slated to do in the last half inning, and he's first pitch swinging, slices one into right field. Cabinets over, and Sam Hall quickly retired for the first out of the inning.
Number 19, Jack Wold.
Wold now will step in. Oh for 2 on the day. First pitch on its way, and it's low and outside for a ball, 1-0. So that's now 4 pinch hitters for Scott Pickler in this one. Swing and a miss, and it's a swinging strike 1, and it's 1-1. As it started with Wyatt Young and Brad Beasley, and then Austin Wells and Andrew Eister, after the lineup turned over, also saw their nights end early. So the 1-1 pitch is a called strike to Wold, 1-2. Lights now completely in play, as it is all but dark here in Chatham. 1-2. On the ground to second. Tyler Dones over to first. And that's the second out of the inning.
The shortstop, number 17, R.J. Yeager.
So now R.J. Yeager will step in. First pitch is a ball to Yeager, and it's 1-0. Yeager off the fists and fouled away. It's 1-1. Jake Palmer waits on deck. He grounds one to short, over to first, and another 1-2-3 inning.
All right, it's 7th inning stretch time.
We are through 6.5. The score holds at 13-0. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
To direct your attention.
Bottom of the 7th inning here from Chatham, Massachusetts. It's the Anglers 13 and the Red Sox nothing. You know what that means? It's time for a position player to come out of the bullpen for YD. It's Drew Swift, the shortstop out of Arizona State, who's going to toe the slab for the first time here in his Cape League summer. The righty will kick, fire his first pitch. It misses low for a ball. 1-0. Swift, that first pitch at 81 miles an hour. A true treat that we have here for you as the 1-0 misses low, 2-0. Swift did pitch in high school at Hamilton High School in Arizona, Chandler, Arizona. Had 10 saves on the mound, a 2.89 ERA and 36 and a third innings. 2-0. Misses low, it's 3-0. Swift off to a rough start there on the bump. He was, of course, a star shortstop on that squad, the same high school that produced Cody Bellinger as well. Out of the windup, the 3-0. A fastball at 80. Swift dialed it back a mile an hour and caught the strike zone. It's 3-1. How about this moment, though? Pitching in a blowout, you got to find fun in some things when your team's down 13-0. Swift kicks, 3-1. Swing and a foul out of play. And all of a sudden, Swift has worked the count back, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Swift maybe making a name for himself. Hasn't seen the field in the past few days. Dealing with a bit of an injury issue, but if he's out here pitching, must be feeling all right. The former closer at Hamilton High School, he'll step off. He's rocking the high socks for YD today. And their Road Reds. Swift peers over his glove. The shortstop kicks and the 3-2. Swing and a ground ball towards third base. Past Tirana and into left field for a base hit. So it looked like for a second the Whitey infield might be able to keep that one in the infield, but instead a leadoff base hit for Tyler Dones. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Jamal O'Gwyn. Charlie Welch will pinch hit for O'Gwyn, who had 2 hits and 4 RBIs today. So Welch steps in. Welch out of Pepperdine, the catcher standing at 6'2", 210 pounds, a native of Clearwater, Florida. First pitch catches the strike zone at 75, and the count's 0-1. It'd be cool if Swift can get a strikeout here. He's now got to work out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1. He goes sidearm, almost 3/4 there, and it goes, misses inside and a little bit high. It's 1-1. Well, Swift hasn't gotten to pitch at Arizona State. Haven't really needed it. But, hey, why not? It's summer ball. 1-1. Strike called at 81, and the count goes to 1-2. I'm sure Swift would love to get a strikeout here. And I'm sure Charlie Welch would hear about it back in the Chatham dugout if he goes down. Swift, with time called, he'll step off, now step back on. This one well out of hand. 13-0 Chatham here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-2. Swing and a foul at home plate. As the count will stay at 1-2. Swift dialed it back a little bit to 76. We'll see if he can go a little slower.
Took a little off there, maybe spinning in an off-speed pitch. Mixing up the look that these hitters are going to be facing.
Probably going to ask Drew tomorrow what's in his arsenal as he turns in quick throw over to first base.
Not a bad pickoff move.
That was
Drew
a good
Swift.
pickoff move from Drew Swift, but back in time is Dones. We'll see maybe see an ephus right here.
Oh, big fan of the ephus pitch. Just drop a 54-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
Swift will set. 1-2. Swing and an 84-mile-an-hour fastball there. It's fouled straight back. He's dialing it up.
Reached back, got a little extra there on that fastball.
So 1-2 the count here on Charlie Welch. At Pepperdine this season, in 26 games, he hit .211 with just 1 home run. Swift just trying to get Whitey here through the 7th. 1-2. Pitch, fastball misses high, and the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still pretty good crowd here in Chatham despite the score. The hometown Anglers doing quite well, 13-0. So Swift again will get the sign and come set. Here's the 2-2 from the righty. Off speed, just misses. Oh, strike 3 call. Late call from Mark Pandadosi behind the plate, and Drew Swift gets the strikeout. So Charlie Welch strikes out against Drew Swift, and again, I'm sure he'll hear about it in the Chatham dugout. Drew Swift went out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 0-1, swing and a rope down the left field line at Hook's foul. Wow, so cool to write that in my scorebook. Strikeout looking for Drew Swift. So Welch is retired. Here's Paxton Wallace hitting in the spot of Alex Terrell. Digging in from the right side against Swift, who has the advantage again, the right matchup. This is outside at 75. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, if there's one thing that could put a smile on that YD team tonight, Drew Swift with the strikeout. 1-1 is fouled straight back. And the count will go to 1-2. Swift's going to get a shot at another strikeout.
Yeah, they'd like even more to have Drew Swift throw a scoreless inning here in relief.
There have only been 2 scoreless innings for Whitey pitching today. Once in the 3rd, once in the 6th. Swift will set again. 1-2. Swing and a fly ball deep right center field. That might be trouble. It chases Samuelson back near the track at the wall, and that one is gone. Paxton Wallace, an opposite field home run here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Anglers keep adding on. It's 15-0 as Swift allows his first home run of the summer. Paxton Wallace, an impressive shot to right center field. An opposite field home run with the wood bat. It's put Chatham up 15. A couple of touchdowns here on the elbow of Cape Cod. So here's Ben Ramirez. He's homered here today. First pitch from Swift in there for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 to Ramirez. Swing and a fly ball drifting foul and out of play down the left field side. And the count's 0-2. Wallace this season, that was his second home run and fourth and fifth RBIs. 0-2 to Ramirez, swinging a ground ball, hugging the line and fair down the left field side. Ramirez will turn the bag at first. He'll stop right there as Sam Hall will get the ball in from left field. And a base hit for Ben Ramirez. Having quite the day. He's got 2 hits, 3 RBIs. So here's Jorge Arenas for the second time. He struck out back in the 5th. So with Ramirez reaching on at first, his home run that came back in the 5th inning. He hit 2 home runs here this season, both against YD. He hit exactly 0 this spring at USC. First pitch, swing and a pop-up from Arenas, foul territory. First base side, rolled over to give it a look near the chain link fence, but it'll get out of play. Well, at least, Andre, Swift has been working in front of these Chatham hitters. He's done a good job of throwing strikes, which is, tricky, you would think, for an infielder coming into pitch sometimes, but he's been in the strike zone. But Swift, the sophomore out of Arizona State, he served up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 0-1. Fastball on the inside corner. It's 0-2.
He's mixing up the arm angles here. Out of the stretch, he's coming with more of a, like you said, TJ, a low 3/4, a sidearm almost action for the shortstop.
Will we see him go submarine?
I would love that.
Yet to be told. 0-2 the count here. Here's the pitch to Arenas. It's swung on and fouled out of play. Count stays 0-2. Especially with the right-on-right matchup, it could throw him off a little bit.
He's almost got that, I'm going to throw a name out here for you, a bit obscure, the Javier Lopez-esque deception, a former Giants pitcher who, depending on the batter he was facing, would go high 3/4, sometimes would drop down, go full submarine.
Here's the 0-2 from Swift. Swing and a dribbler foul up the third base side. The count will stay no balls and 2 strikes. So 13-0 Chatham, 15-0 Chatham.
Don't shortchange them those 2 runs.
In case you've missed any of the action that have gone on the previous 7 innings. 15 runs on 12 hits for the Anglers. 0-2. Misses down low, and the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, the Red Sox, out of their bullpen after Carlos Lamelli just went in a third of an inning. They used 4 different pitchers, but could not keep the Anglers down. 1-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Drew Swift. He pumps it all the way up to 85. And there's 2 down for the Anglers here in the 7th inning. And that will bring up Kate Cavanis, the right fielder. This is the first time all season that Chatham has hit double digits, their season high of runs. And we're only here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Cavanis, it's fouled straight back, and the count's 0-1. Drew Swift has allowed a single. He struck out Charlie Welch allowed a 2-run home run to Paxton Wallace, allowed a single to Ben Ramirez, and then has struck out Jorge Arenas swinging. 0-1 is swung on and missed. An off-speed pitch there from Swift, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 7th.
Looking to strike out the side here.
Swift will set. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Drew Swift from the middle of the diamond to the mound, and he strikes out the side here in the 7th inning. He gets 3 Anglers to fan and send this game to the 8th inning. He gives up the 2-run home run to Paxton Wallace to make it 15-0. But hey, We're having fun. It's summer ball. We're headed to the 8th inning. It's 15-0 Chatham here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 8th inning here from Chatham. 15-0 Anglers over the Red Sox. New arm on the bump for Chatham. It's Daniel Fetterman out of the University of Miami. As Whitey will send 6, 7, and 8 in their lineup to the plate. They need a couple touchdowns to come back in this one. Starting off with Jake Palmer. First pitch from Fetterman. It's on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. In case you missed it, Whitey shortstop Drew Swift just struck out the side in the bottom of the 7th inning. Top 10 moment here on the Cape so far, 0-1. 0-1 is fouled straight back by Palmer, and the count goes to 0-2. In a 15-0 game, you're just looking at some things to laugh at. That was one of them. So Fetterman, the 6'3", 225-pound right-hander, the sophomore native of Miramar, Florida. He'll wind, and the 0-2. Fastball misses high to Palmer, and the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake came in the 5th inning. He struck out swinging. It's been a marvelous pitching night for Chatham. We talk about all the offense. The pitchers have allowed just 3 hits in 7 complete frames. Palmer digs in. He's behind 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a rocket foul down the left field side, and the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It started with Colby Kubicek, who the Red Sox still haven't touched this season. He went 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. That followed up 4 innings of no-hit performance when he faced the Red Sox back on June 15th. But Fetterman Ahead 1-2. Now he'll step off. Then Jeremy Wu Yellen came in out of the bullpen, fired 2 scoreless innings, and allowed just 1 hit to this Red Sox lineup. Fetterman kicks 1-2. Swing and a ground ball right at second base. Tyler Dones will field, make the easy throw to Paxton Wallace at first for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 25, Riley.
We'll see if we get another position player to pitch in the 9th inning for YD. Or in the 8th inning, pardon. There's another YD, a sock warming up down there in the bullpen. Could imagined that it would be someone else with the Red Sox trailing by so much. First pitch bends Terada back in the batter's box. Looks like it's Sam Hall, the Clemson utility man, will pitch the 8th inning for YD. 2 Sox got to pitch back last season near the end of the season. 1-0 to Terada. Cut and a miss from him. He's even up at 1-1. Luke Waddell, who's now with Team USA, was batting leadoff for USA today. In the game today, their first official game. So way to represent YD Luke. 1-1. Over on the inside corner, a curveball from Fetterman. It goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Terada. But Luke got to pitch last year. He was one of 2 Sox to pitch in the same game. Him and Zach Zubia of Texas. Both got a chance to toe the rubber at Red Wilson. 1-2 was fouled straight back. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Each of them got a scoreless inning. In really crazy game. Red Sox were leading that game, though. Here, trailing by 15. So Fetterman will set, facing Terada. He takes a deep breath. He winds. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a chopper up the middle. Ranging over his Arenas. Bobbles a little bit. Throws to first, and it's in time to get Terada. It was a bang-bang play at first base, but Riley is retired 6-3. So now Noah Cardenas will come to the plate. With 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. So Cardenas from UCLA, the freshman, will step to the plate. First pitch catches the strike zone. It's 0-1. Crowd has thinned out a little bit now that the 50-50 has been announced here, but still a few hanging around. 0-1. And the 0-1 misses outside. The count goes to 1-1. Shout out, though, to the YD media team securing cruises with the 50-50 raffle. And a t-shirt. Ooh, and a gift card to the Red Nun. Taking home all the awards. 1-1. Swinging a pop-up on the infield. The first baseman, Paxton Wallace, will settle under it right on the first base foul line. He's there to make the catch for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning here from Veterans Field, and Sam Hall will come in to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning for YD. It's the Anglers 15 and the Red Sox nothing here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. So Sam Hall, the Clemson Tiger, will step on the bump for YD as he looks to finish this last half inning against the Chatham Anglers. They lead 15-0 here in the top of the 8th inning, or bottom of the 8th inning, pardon. Red Sox have just been overwhelmed here today from the Anglers. It'll be 8-9-1 coming to the plate for the Anglers. Keaton Rice to the plate will swing and miss for strike 1. Rice came in the 6th inning, awaiting the 0-1 from Hall. Catches the strike zone, 86-mile-an-hour fastball from Sam. And the count's quickly 0-2. Both position players from YD have come out and thrown strikes out of the bullpen. Well, Hall's got some good velocity, the utility player from Clemson. 0-2. 87 miles an hour on the fastball, but it misses just low. Hit 257 this season at Clemson. As the 1-2, it's fouled off. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Plays the outfield and the infield for the Tigers. Has played a lot of outfield here for Scott Pickler. Now on the bump, 1-2. Curveball that time, bounced about 5 or so feet in front of home plate. Made it about 55 feet. So the count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Keaton Rice. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a fly ball out towards left field. This brings in the shortstop, actually. R.J. Yeager will go out, and he'll secure the catch for the first down of the inning.
The center fielder from Georgia Tech, number 1, Colin Hall.
So out in left field, looks like we have Eric Tolman. Yep, Eric Tolman. A two-way player for ASU. Doesn't usually play in the field, but he's getting some reps in left field tonight. So now with 1 down, here's the first pitch to Colin Hall at the plate. Scrambling to look for a pinch hitter there, but Hall has been in the whole time, his 6th plate appearance of the game. He's got 2 hits, 1-0. Misses outside, and the count is going to go to 2-0. Well, Hall worked ahead of the first batter and is now falling behind the second one. Hall's 2 for 4. A pair of runs scored for him. 2-0. Catches the strike zone on the edge, and the count will go to 2-1. So now we have a position player on the mound and a pitcher in the outfield. Just a bizarre night. 2-1. Fastball misses high. It goes to 3 balls and 1 strike here on Colin Hall. 15 runs on 12 hits for Chatham. They have overwhelmed this YD staff tonight. 3-1. Swing and a miss from Hall. He wanted a piece of that 86-mile-an-hour fastball at the top shelf of the zone. And the count will go to 3-2. We'll see if Hall can get his first strikeout here. His counterpart, Drew Swift, got 3 in his inning of work. 3-2, misses outside for ball 4. So Hall loses, coincidentally, Sam Hall to Colin Hall. Loses him for ball 4. So Cooper Swanson will now come to the plate with a runner on and 1 out. There's base runners galore for Chatham tonight. It's caused the Red Sox put 2 position players out on the mound. So Hall now sets again. First pitch fouled straight back by Swanson. And the count's 0-1. Swanson digs back in. As from the right side, he awaits the 0-1 from Sam Hall. Fastball dots the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Sam has done so many things for YD this year. We haven't yet to see him on the infield, just the outfield so far. Has shown off good speed, Good reason why he's led Clemson in stolen bags this year. Now doing it on the bump. 0-2. Swinging a mile-high fly ball out towards left field. It stays shallow, though. R.J. Yeager will camp under it. Right out about 5 feet onto the outfield grass in left field. He'll make the catch, and the shortstop secures the second out of the inning for YD. So here's Tyler Dones. He came in and had a single in the 7th inning. He bats from the right side. A sparse crowd here in the 8th inning at Veterans Field. Still very warm night. Polar opposite of Brewster last night. Oh, first pitch from Hall over for a strike. In Brewster yesterday, the clouds were looming everywhere. The winds were whipping all over the place. And temperature didn't show it, but it was really cold. But here in Chatham tonight, just a picture-perfect summer night. 0-1. Misses a bit outside and low, and the count will go to a ball and a strike. That newly renovated new scoreboard here at Veterans Field, fully lit up. Plenty of numbers up there. Here's the 1-1, swinging a line drive out towards left field. Tolman will get a chance, but it drops in front of him for a base hit. He fields cleanly anyway and will get it in to Yeager at shortstop. A 2-out base hit for Tyler Dones. As Tolman showed off decent range there in the outfield, ranging to his left, and was able to keep that one from getting to the wall. So here's Charlie Welch. As Pick is out of the dugout. As Sam Hall is already kind of walking towards that dugout. See what Pick's going to talk to him about right here. It didn't look like there was any motion. As now it looks like Hall's going to exit this game. We'll see what else is going to conspire. Oh, we're going to have another position player on the mound for YD. So Sam Hall's night is done, and we are going to get a third position player on the mound for YD. It's going to be Riley Terada, the third baseman. 3 position players pitching on the mound for YD. The third baseman will come in and pitch, and we'll step aside. On the other side of this break, the bottom of the 8th inning, here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 outs, and a new position player on the bump for the Red Sox, and it's going to be Riley Terada. So Sam Hall removed from the game after 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a hit and a walk. First pitch from Terada at 81 miles an hour is in there for strike 1. TJ Mathewson and Andre Sims here with you from Veterans Field. As the 0-1 misses a bit low at 77, and the count's 1-1. So not 1, not 2, but 3 position players pitching for YD tonight. 1-1 on the way from Terada. Swinging a dribbler, foul up the third base side, and the count will go to 1-2. So Charlie Welch has the absolute pleasure of being the first guy to strike out against Drew Swift, and he did so looking back in the 7th inning. Terada sets 1-2. 78 mile an hour, I guess, fastball. There misses a bit low below the kneecaps, and the count will go to 2-2. Welch back in. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Man, Charlie Welch is now really going to hear about it in that Chatham dugout as he strikes out against a position player for the second consecutive inning here at Veterans Field. We'll head to the ninth. 3 more outs for Chatham for win number 9 here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. So it's Zach Cable who will come out and finish this game for Chatham as they lead at 15-0 here at Veterans Field. TJ Mathewson and Andre Sims here with you. So at the plate now, Gavin Dugas, Noah Campbell, and Tate Samuelson right now scheduled to come to the plate. First pitch to Dugas brushes him back from Cable. The 6-foot, 215-pound junior out of Kentucky. 3 more outs for Chatham to secure this 15-0 victory. 1-0 misses down low, gets past the catcher Keaton Rice all the way to the backstop. And it's 2-0. Looks like Eric Tolman's going to hit for Noah Campbell on deck. (2-0) is going to miss again. It's 3 balls and no strikes. But Tolman hasn't seen many at-bats here recently. He's going to get one here in the 9th inning of the blowout. Gable sets 3-0. Oh, up and inside. Almost does get a piece of Dugas as he'll jog down to first base. Leadoff base runner on here for Whitey in the 9th inning. So here's Tolman. The left-handed hitting two-way player was just inserted into left field there in the 8th inning. Is now going to get a chance to hit. So he digs in from the left-handed batter's box facing Cable. The right-hander sets out of the stretch. First pitch. Fastball at 92 dots the outside corner. And the count's 0-1. Cable's appeared in 2 games this summer. Thrown an inning and a third. Has not allowed an earned run. He takes a deep breath and sets the 0-1. Fastball there. And it misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cable again sets, and the 1-1. Strike called on the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Tolman wearing his Whitey Reds. Cable peeks at first. Here's the 1-2. Tolman checks his swing. Pitch misses low. No appeal down to third. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dugas off of first here in the 9th inning. Cable peers in at Keaton Rice. Got to protect this 15-run lead. 2-2. Fastball misses high. And the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Anglers, despite being up so much, have gone with all bullpen arms. Position players, though, for Scott Pickler. 3-2. Swing and a pop-up on the infield, foul territory, third base side. and it's going to drift out of play on top of the Chatham dugout. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count on Eric Tolman. Dugas again off of first, not being held on by Paxton Wallace. Cable sets, there goes Dugas. 3-2, misses high for ball 4. So back-to-back base runners will reach here in the 9th inning. A hit by pitch and a walk. And Tate Samuelson will come to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. Shout out to my broadcast partner, Andre Sims, just got a free t-shirt. Thanks to the 50-50 raffle. Here's Samuelson. First pitch on the inside corner. First strike, it's 0-1.
Not a bad t-shirt option there.
It looked pretty nice.
It's solid. We're going to give it to our scout liaison, Alex Chapman.
Hard-working man over there. 0-1, misses high, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Things that Alex does behind the scenes, you really don't know. He's also our statistician, head statistician of the Whitey broadcast. 1-1 on the way from Cable to Samuelson. Strike called on the inside corner at 91, and the count goes to 1-2. Now 2 runners on for Whitey. Samuelson's behind 1-2. 1-2 on the way. Off speed at 82, misses in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-2. Cars now driving up and down Depot Road. That runs behind the right field fence and a little bit up the hill here at Veterans Field. 2-2 on the way. Fastball stays upstairs at 91, and Samuelson's worked the count full 3-2. It's a shame the Whitey interns couldn't take home the grand prize from the 50-50 raffle tonight. It's a big pot. You were the full night in Chatham. 3-2, misses down low for ball 4. So Cable has allowed 3 runners, or strike 3 is called, never mind. Samuelson set down on strikes looking here in the 9th inning. And now Riley King will step to the plate for the first time tonight. So King bats here in the 9th with 2 on and 1 out. Anglers a double play away from wrapping this ball game up. King swings at the first pitch, lines it into center field, but Colin Hall will range over into the left center field gap and make the catch for out number 2. So a nice play. Riley King up there being aggressive. Got a good piece of that one, but couldn't find any green grass. So here's Jack Thomas Wold, the last hope for Whitey. He'll bat from the left side. He's 0 for 3 today. First pitch from Cable. Swinging a rocket into right field. It gets down for a base hit. Rounding third, coming home to score is Gavin Dugas. He'll be in there without a throw. Jack Thomas Wold will cruise into second base with an RBI double here in the 9th inning. And the Red Sox finally are on the scoreboard here in Chatham. It's 15-1.
It may have taken 26 outs, TJ, but the 27th is the hardest to get. Jack Wold coming through to get the goose egg off the scoreboard here in this one.
So that'll bring up R.J. Yeager. Still with 2. Now runners on at second and third. The shortstop out of Mercer. He awaits the first pitch from Cable. Comes up empty. Swings and misses at the first pitch. A pretty breaking ball there. From Cable, it's 0-1. The field fully lit with the lights here at Veterans Field as we are at 10 o'clock on the dot. 0-1. Check swing, appeal down to first. He did go around. And Yeager is down to his and Whitey's last strike. He digs back in from the right side. Cable, deep breath. He comes set. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will put a bow on it. The Anglers, a dominant 15-0 win here, 15-1, pardon, win here at Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts, as they'll tie up Whitey at second place here in the Eastern Division standings. A dominant all-around effort from the Anglers here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, any way you slice it, 15-1 and the one scoring right before the final out of the game. That is absolute domination. You look at our scorebooks, TJ, and it's just littered with extra base hits, walks, runs, whatever it was. What the Chatham offense really could just do whatever they wanted to do in tonight's game.
And the Red Sox, for the most of the story it's been against Chatham this season, is that they couldn't score runs. They couldn't really score runs tonight either, just 1 run on 4 hits. But it was really the pitching that laid a goose egg here at Veterans Field as they served up 15 runs on 13 hits. No errors for them. And for the Red Sox, 1 run on 4 hits. The Red Sox will head home tomorrow and host the Wareham Gatemen in an interdivision matchup between 2 of the top teams in the Cape Cod Baseball League. We'll talk to you then from Red Wilson Field. For Andre Sims, I'm TJ Mathewson saying so long and good night from Veterans Field in Chatham.